In this After Effects tutorial, we will create a simple and professional looking text animation that looks beautiful. Once you know how to make this animation, you will be able to vary it yourself. I create a new composition 9020 by 1080. We can make it 8 seconds and I set the background to black. I click on the OK button, select the text tool in the toolbox and type a text. After typing our text, I select the selection tool again and we will make some edits on this text. First of all, let's open the window, align panel and center it both horizontally and vertically. Then open the paragraph tab and make sure this is centered. Then let's open the character panel and make the final edits to this text. Adjust how you want it to end. You can make these adjustments during or after the animation. Now we can move on to the effects. With our text selected here, in the menu above, under animation, there are various effects under the Animate Text option. First of all, since we will make it visible from scratch, we select the opacity option. As you can see here, a new feature has come to our text. I open this feature. I open the range selector and there are various additional features here. We can open the advanced section. We can give movement to our text by editing these features. We will use the offset option here to give movement to the text. We will use the feature. It is at 0% right now. When we make it -%, you will see a line in the middle. As you can see, when you make it plus, you will see another line. We will use this to animate it in a moment. What we edit it to the opacity option. Therefore, there is no editing related to opacity at the moment, because here we need to specify the value of the opacity option at the beginning. Since we want it to be visible from 0, I make the value of 100% opposite to opacity property 0%. When I make it 0%, the video on the scene will also be 0%. The text will not be visible. Now, when we play with the offset, we will be able to make this text visible. So, I'm changing the percentage. As you can see, the opacity value proceeds by making each letter visible respectively. You can create very nice effects just by thinking about this. So, what is the infrastructure behind making this feature? This opacity feature, letter by letter. The character part here is selected. If we select the word among these options, that is, if we select word, then it will show the effect word by word. When we increase the offset value from 0, first, the first word, and then the second word will be visible. Of course, you can increase the variations of this. For example, if you choose line instead of word, this time you will make it appear line by line. Let's give an animation to the letters. Select the character section again and click once on the icon on the left of the offset. When the offset value is 0%, this will be the start of the animation. So it will start at 0%. When we move the timeline forward a little bit and make it 100%, it will automatically give the second keyframe. So when we play the video, we will get this effect. It looks pretty good. If you zoom in on the second keyframe, it will complete much faster. If you zoom out, it will be even slower for the whole text to appear. Adjust it according to your own taste. And here is another feature I want to show you. The first option here is the square area. So think of a rectangle here and think of the registration of that rectangle. When we change this, for example, when we make it round, it will make it look like there is a round in the center and it's sliding. So instead of completing the letters one by one, Feather will try to show them as if they are in a circle. In the triangle section, you can already see it here. It looks like there is a triangle. We will use ramp up in this example. However, there is a problem like this. When we move the timeline to the left, the words that were not all visible just now start with some of them visible. In order to prevent this, we need to make the offset value -100%, not 0. It pulls the percentage to the far left. When we pull it all the way to the left, it will already adjust itself to a minimum of -100%. When we play this, we will get such an animation. Now, I'm going to close Animator 1 and we will continue with a new effect. With our text selected again, I go to the animation property. I'm going to the tracking section under the Animate Text section. Here is what the tracking feature provides us. I will personally show what the tracking option means where the entire text appears. I increase the value 0. As you can see, we can call it the width between the letters. And what we are going to do is to animate it. I'm moving the timeline back to the beginning. When this is 0, I create the keyframe by clicking on the icon just to the left of it. I'm increasing this value when I go a little bit further. Let's do it like this. I'm playing it now. This part is done. So we have added a second feature. So you can use the other features to animate text under the animation section to create different animations that are simple but look nice. Let's also add blur. See, we have blur here. I'm adding blur by clicking on it. It's added a third feature here. As you can see here, you can increase these features with various effects. Again, I bring the timeline to the top. I click on the keyframe icon on the left of the blur feature. So what does blur do? Let me show you that first. When we increase the value of blur, the text will become blurry. So what we are aiming for here is to make it go from blurry text to clear text. Let's delete this first. So there will be blur in the first frame. I'm increasing the blur value. I'm going a little bit further and decrease the blur value. So I'm making it 0. Now let's check our animation. I will play it from the beginning. If you are short on time, we can select the text and press the letter U to make all the keyframes that we have animated appear. I'm moving the tracking part to the end. I right click on it and select Easy Ease from the keyframe assistant section, so it will end more smoothly. That's it for this tutorial. In this tutorial, I showed how we can use the features in the Animate Text section. If it looks passive to you in this way, it means that you have not selected the text in the sequence. If you select the text, that part will be activated. There are various features here. You can create alternative animations to this text animation even by trying each of them one by one. I hope it was useful. If today's video was useful to you, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Just click on the subscribe button below this video. Thank you for watching.